I like the fact that they've at least been trying to lock down that aggressive play, looking at those earlier rounds. I mean, I say that as Yakindar has already pushed out a B main, and you can see just what that provides for Liquid. They know they're not coming here, so look at how they've stacked their bodies over towards mid and A. This is going to be a very difficult take. Now, because of the utility that's down, things maybe get a little bit more uncomfortable. That's a nice shot from Slacks to drop Cadian, who is getting a little more aggressive towards A main. And what I thought would be more difficult might be a guaranteed win. I think Liquid's going to have to save here. They were really far away with the way those players in mid were trying to support.
I'm a little bit surprised Cadian got that forward with an op on A side, considering how much space Yakindar had taken on the B side of the map.
He's got the flank play if they can just hold them for a little while longer here in mid. It's all on Skulls. He's got to do work, and he does. He finds two. How does that happen? The flank doesn't even matter. The remaining two players are going to be coming in from main. They are going to secure the site and go for a plant, but it's going to be a 4-on-2, and the retake's coming through already, but Rek is there with two of his own. We're down to a 2-on-2. Chaos on the site. But the bomb's been planted, and it's up to Liquid to try to get back in.
And that smoke blocking twist angle off with the op, it's going to force him to fall back and save, and that's crazy. Just as quickly as we thought Liquid were going to win the round at the back of Skull's 2 frags.
It's one of those things where you don't want to give Liquid too much room to work and then get over to that T side. You want to try to keep them back a bit because you know it's going to go deep in rounds even if you have a lopsided half. That's the entry they needed, though, from Malbs. It's through the smoke onto Naf. They're looking for a little bit more, and they'll spot out Yakindar as well through the smoke. And how quickly the site's been lost. Twist doing some damage back from spawn.
Great entry work from Malbs and Swisher.
This again, the aggression is what's making this work. Cadian has pushed through main, so he knows that they're still over here. That's going to allow the CT side to continue this stack. Skulls picks off one. There's still one on site. It's Naf with a P250, and it's pretty significant damage being dealt. Are they prepared for Cadian this quickly on the flank? There is an AK down, and he can probably grab it if they don't time this well. There's the swing. Now he's got the gun. It's a 1v1, and he's even managed to upgrade to an op, but aim punch takes over. Doesn't really stand a chance at that point. A narrow victory, but a win nonetheless.
That's all you need to know, as we do have Naf picking up the fallen op of Cadian in this 4-on-4 situation. Oh, man. Had a chance there. Didn't quite find it.
How does that end up happening? Naf doesn't take advantage of the first shot, then gets the leg shot before being traded with no kill. Yakindar trying to mop up on site, gets two, and just how quickly as he finds two, it's Slacks and Sin combining.
Remember Winter Fox? I remember that one too.
Yeah, fortunately, a lot of stories like that in the U.S. NACS has not been kind. Good start to the round for the CT side of Liquid. They find themselves 2 kills. There is one in return. That's Twist going down. Sin just wants to hold the gas pedal down, and you can't blame him. He's charging it off. Can he hit this shot? Not quite. Does have an aid. Thought he connected maybe. Wants to finish him off, but it isn't actually the case. Meanwhile, though, Slacks did get a kill with his op. And that means the site has been taken, but yet again, we've got the fight coming through. I think this time, though, Sin's aware that this has been a common thread. So it's up to Naf coming in. He gets spotted now as he makes his way onto the site.
The problem is he's got to worry about camera still. That smoke's eventually going to fade at long. He's got no kit. Mom's playing it in the open. Yeah, there's just no hope.
So many things going wrong, but the half looking good for M80. We're going to throw things to a break. We'll be back with the second half. This is where things kind of get weird. Liquid dominated M80 on their T side. They looked so much stronger, and obviously that's to be expected. The map does skew T-sided, but this is going to be a difficult one for M80, and the action's already developing over in mid. The dualies actually picking up 2 kills. It's Slacks and Malbs with the dualie kills. And the advantage quickly going the way of M80 as we see Liquid trying to make their way out onto this A site. And that is even proving to be difficult. Yakindar finally gets some blood spilled for the side of Liquid. And another one as well for Yakindar. Cadian even chimed in with one of his own. Do they expect the flank? They gotta know. I mean, he was mid.
Oh. Unfortunately, knowing is half the battle. And Yakindar not figuring it out. I think we covered all the angles on that one. I think we got all our bases covered. There's obviously not a whole lot to do here on this round for Liquid, though. Yakindar, a couple style points there at that 1D on the Swisher. Going to be tough to do, though. Low HP for Twist and Skulls. So Yakindar does have the M4 now, though. But may not matter any longer with Slacks' flurry of frags there.
He knows there's a scout in there, too. He heard that shot. He wants to take this duel.
Waiting for a flash to come in there, and he's going to send it.
Well, actually get the first is going to be the rifle. Interesting that they just dry walk out there. They've got this trio holed up in E-Box. That was the same group that pushed out main. That was it. They went for a space balk, but they didn't want to land on the moon. Rek, he'll go down first. Sin with an immediate trade as they had backup right behind him. Sin's going to call it out. Plant's coming through on the site. It is a 3-on-3, but it's only 2 players on the site. You've got a late play coming in from mid. That'll be Katie and Skulls. I thought for sure Skulls was done for there, but it just doesn't end up happening that way. And it's a lot of pressure on Swisher. You've got Slacks trying to come in with the scout. It doesn't matter anyway. Swisher's dead on the site. So as this push comes through, you're going to have this flank play come in from Nav, and that could be backbreaking. But this first shot has to be on the money from Slacks, and it is. Now they got to be careful of that flank. That play is starting to develop. You've got Nav working his way in through camera, pushes past the smoke. But Sin is watching it. He knows it could be coming, but he turns his back at the worst possible time. It doesn't matter in the end, as Naf was the only remaining player. But, you know, it's funny that you say that, because in this round, that's actually where the action got started. First, Twist found a kill in mid. It was on to Sin. As they hang out from 6 feet under, Cadian catches Rek playing aggressive on A main. Remember, they have light util, so they're going to have to push past these mollies to try to get out onto the site. That sets up Malbs to potentially stop this one, but wait! Stop the presses. Cadian hits a shot from the op. Naf is there as well. They get onto the site in the nick of time. 5 seconds left, and they secure the plant. And now it's a 2v1. Slacks trying to make his way from E-Box. You've got Cadian with the op. The smoke is going to give away the position. They know where he's coming from at this point. Does the nade rain true? I was close. That means they know it's A, and there's only one guy here. What can Slacks do with just a deagle? He's flashed out, but so are the guys on site. So he'll survive for just a little while longer. He's getting plenty of opportunities to do damage here with that deagle. Now the 5-7's going to show up. 4-on-4 post plant. Twists. It's a one and done for him as Sin swings wide. The pistols, they're a little bit harder to deal with than one might expect. Hold on. Skulls and Yakindar trying to regather themselves. Sin's on site, and now it's a 1v1. Yakindar, full HP, but against a 5-7, time is of the essence. He's swapped out for the op, and it's Sin trying to spell out the position of Yakindar, who is really playing this one exactly as he should. Honestly, I don't even think he needed to peek that. They do have some util coming out. Malbs has to be careful. He's burning. He has to fight his way out of this position. There's just nothing he can do. Swisher still in position. He'll get traded out as well. 3-on-2. They're spamming through the smoke looking for bodies. They'll go ahead and secure the plant. Naf there with the defense, trying to keep his teammate alive just a little while longer. Missed shot from the op, and that gives Naf an opportunity.
Naf hit some real clutch shots there, but Rex still has a chance.
He's making a lot of noise, though.
Yeah, Kate's like, oh. Liquid find themselves a man behind on this one. Great kill from Twisto on the Sin equalizes. Slacks, though, still holding his ground with the deagle.
Well, you've got this player on A site. They throw the molly out towards cameras. It's Rek, who somehow has the wherewithal to peek back towards A main. They have abandoned B, and that's going to be read by Liquid. They had heavy mid presence, so again, we'll see a plant here on the B site. Twist gets tagged. He's down to 19 HP, has to be careful. But again, from distance, these MP9s aren't going to be as successful as one might hope. Now, there's going to be a fight brewing over in water in canals, as you've got a player in E-Box. Oh, Rek might get the timing on this. If Naf just moves wrong out of position, he might be able to get the kill, but he also has to get there before this op can take down his teammates towards spawn. That's a big one. That helps make this a lot more palatable. There's the nade in towards Twist position. He's got 7 HP. Yakindar, the last man standing, has to try to fight with the clock. They do have a kit. The first kill will be his, but the second will not. And he should have time for the defuse. It's going to be M80 taking Anubis. 13-11. They lose in the most Liquid-style fashion.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid just has not passed the eye test on Mirage so far this tournament. They've looked very sloppy, particularly on the T sides. But it is a map that has been in their wheelhouse in the past.
Of course.
Particularly in the NA scene online. But their LAN record has also been kind of rough on this map. So I don't really know what to expect.
We'll see how things develop right off the rip. A bomb will be planted. Very quick pistol round coming in. Malbs has the dually, sees the barrel of the gun, and now M80 can really set up the post-plant position. Skulls and Naf looking for openings. That's a nice shot from Skulls. They don't really need to give anything away. The Gush comes first, the follow-up from Swisher, and now Naf is surrounded and trying to fight his way out of this situation. Does get the kill onto Swisher, but still has 2 targets to deal with, and time is running out. Nice shot as well on Rek.
Yeah,
Naf may lose the round, but he's going to make it look good.
Yeah, he gets a style point for that. Unfortunately, style points do not do anything.
Was where the brunt of those rounds won. It was 11-1.
Yeah.
Halves in both of those games, so very much strong play from them. Malbs trying to return the favor. That nade does damage, but it actually costs them a bit of a positional setup there as the Deagle that was blinded on the other side of that smoke never really got a chance. Now the Tech 9 comes out. There's a nade coming through and a molly to boot. He actually runs out of ammo. What is this? They've struggled, but domestically, this map's been fine.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So we are going to see some aggression from the CTs out in middle, and it's going to give them a man advantage when it's all said and done. It does leave A site open, though, and M80 will oblige by taking it and putting the bomb down here in just a moment, you'd imagine.
Swisher getting a little aggressive. Doesn't spot the player in spawn. Twist was tucked in the closet. And then the FAMAS kind of just gets the best of him.
That was a wild headshot Skull just hit.
Cadian will take some damage early on. He's down to 47, but it's Yakindar. Will get a kill out of Sandwich. Malbs has already pushed up ramp as well. That's a double for Malbs. That's kind of the Malbs special. And they're getting control of mid too, and I don't think they have any idea this is happening. That's allowed Swisher into such a good position. I guess, is Cadian saying save?
Yep.
So we saw a little bit more in their game against Legacy, but...
Not much. Yeah, this is our first real look at their T-side with Sin, for sure. And so far, it's been obviously rather chaotic start to the round. You know, it's 2-2, it was kind of weird rounds. But now that things have started to kind of hit normalcy, we've seen just a lot of like good split pressure. Yeah, local, yes, but big events now.
Twist trying to lock it down from stairs. He'll only get one for his troubles. You've got Skulls at spawn. He flashes up high and peeks towards ticket booth. And bye. Nice shot from Malbs as Cadian makes an effort to escape ladder room. This T-side half is just as impressive as their CT side halves have been.
All map. So, I mean, you're getting it from both sides, man. For Mirage individually and just overall for the event. Yeah, he's been crazy good. Liquid trying to fight back in this round. They have got it into a 3-on-2 situation. Bomb is down in kind of a tough spot, though, for Sin to be able to get back up and grab it, which is going to make things even tougher. And now he's all alone as Twist found slacks. He will get this plant, but that doesn't really matter much. Yeah. It just depends on if he picks the right timings.
I mean, he's got isolated. If he waits, he's going to get bested here because they're going to come in together. They're going to coordinate. But if he isolates these fights, there's one, there's two. Will he find the third? I think he spotted him towards ramp. No. This is exactly what I'm talking about. 10-2. M80 win the last round. We're going to go to the second half after this break.
After that moment, they've had time to maybe let the tilt wear off, but... That's tough.
And that's
as
exactly
long as you're
what
proactive. He was, yeah.
If he waited a second longer, he was dead. Yep. And he just got the timing right, and he ends up winning it.
And now they win this pistol, it looks like.
Yep.
This might be it. It might be an anticlimactic kind of finish to this. I mean, Anubis was awesome to watch. Just to see M80 pull off what I think is fairly called an upset, considering how strong Liquid's Anubis has been and how M80 just don't really play it as much and haven't had very much success when they have. I get what you're saying. I think you're right, but I do think that we are seeing some trends just continue.
Well, they're going to have to fight their way out of this one. They're just trying to get the bomb down, and they can't even get that. M80 is just completely preventing Liquid from being able to act at all. There are smokes everywhere. They're not actually going to stop this plant this time around. Skulls has dove through the window, and he's got a Tech 9 up close and personal. It doesn't really make a difference. 4 players survive for M80. You're right. I'm sure you were going to say you have a ton of respect for the guys on Liquid and everything they've been able to accomplish. But this is disappointing as a fan of NACS to see a team that was once held to such high esteem struggling against a team that regionally has found success but internationally has not yet attained that same caliber of play. Now, we do find ourselves at a 3-on-3. The CT side is starting to regather themselves around the map. And as I say that, Rek will take down Skulls, and in this position from Sin and Dust, it's Yakindar. Yeah, it's Jover.
It's Jover. And what I'm going to say about that for Liquid is, yes, they have Pro League and IM Dallas coming up, but depending on how those go, it might be time to reassess this team. You know, but let's not take away M80's flowers. They are about to dot the I's and cross the T's to what will be an appearance at one of the biggest tournaments of the year as far as prize pool is concerned, and the level of competition. And there they have done it. Sin puts the final nail in the coffin of Liquid. They get their revenge from the upper bracket final. They get back to their winning ways that we saw in some of the other meetings against Team Liquid, and they do it where it matters most in the Grand Finals of North American qualifier. So congrats to M80. You know, it seems like finally they have been able to kind of stabilize the roster after the whole Manx and Death situation. Sin seems to be gelling well with the squad. Malb still seems to be a solid star. You know, the other guys are playing their roles very well also, and they're just playing good Counter-Strike.